Call the meeting of the fiscal court to order. Sparse crowd this morning,
Too cold to get out.
but a good-looking crowd, yeah, that's for sure. We didn't have anybody, to speak to the court this morning. Larry is here, our park director, and TVA has talked to us about some funding if we can find a project. And Larry, you gonna look this afternoon?
Yes, sir, I'm gonna look tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I'm meeting with them at 10 o'clock on Friday.
Okay. We're gonna
I'll
try.
let y'all know what project and what we're gonna look
Yeah.
at before I talk to them.
I told Larry just take a look at our day use parks and see where the biggest need was. Because if they're wanting to give us a check, after we're gonna give them a big check, you'll hear about that in a minute. Kinda even things out a little bit maybe, but. All right, let's move into correspondence from the Department of Corrections. To Roger, dear Jailer Ford, is mandated by KRS 441-064. The Department of Correction inspects jails at least twice a year. The first inspection of the Marshall County Restricted Custody Center occurred March 26, 2013, and copies of the report were mailed. During the jail consultant's second inspection, conducted on November the 26th, 2013, no items of noncompliance were noted. Thank you for your continued cooperation in meeting all of our jail standards. This is from Jeff Burton, the Director of Local Facilities. I talked to Roger this morning. Our Class D population is down. We do have a van this morning going to LaGrange to pick up 3 restricted custody folk, and he said, but they may release 5 in the next couple of days, so we may have a net loss of 2, but we're continuing to try to get as many Class Ds as we can because those are paying prisoners. So things are going well there at the jail. From MediaCom, the purpose of this letter is to inform you that on or about January 1, MediaCom will implement the following rate adjustments. Local broadcast station surcharge, the old rate $1.71, new rate $2.24, an increase of 53 cents. Digital Plus from 14 to 16, HBO $16.95 to $17.95, Showtime $12.95 to $14.95, and Stars $9 to $11. The fees we pay to retransmit local broadcast stations like ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC are by far our fastest growing programming cost component. Outdated federal law gives the local broadcast stations monopoly power over network and syndicated program within their respective markets. Over the past few years, many broadcasters have used real or threatened blackouts to extract huge rate increases during contract negotiations. American consumers, through their cable and satellite bills, are now paying billions of dollars each year to broadcast station owners for fee over-the-air television. Another increase. Of course, all we can do is take it, I suppose, but it seems like we're getting more of those in the last 3 years than we have for some time. Hello. Let's move into old business. You've received copies of the minutes of the November 26th and December 2nd meeting of the fiscal courts. Any corrections or additions to the minutes of those meetings?
I have none. Make a motion to approve, Judge.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. As you know, Wendy and everybody I guess, Wendy in particular, has been working on this application with the TVA Big Bear Park. So Wendy, you want to give us an update on it? I know you're frustrated with it.
A little. I made copies so that all of you guys can have a copy of the application and the cost and those sort of things. And you have a copy. in your
Yeah.
office. So, I sent the application off on last Thursday, on the 5th, I think it was Thursday. Everything is good as far as we're concerned. Emily and I, sent a check for $6,700 as well with our application. And then we're waiting on the appraiser to get his portion done, and then we will get the announcement for the trib where we have to run it in there for 2 consecutive weeks. So the total of this project was $8,366 is what it ended up costing the fiscal court to get the renewal on Bear Creek. If there's any questions, I can try to answer them, but it's been a very confusing process, so, the
Key
application.
word is try, right, Wendy?
Try to
Okay.
answer, because every time I talk to someone, I get a different answer, so, but everything should be good with the application. The guy from TVA, he looked at the application before we mailed it in, he seemed to be pleased with it, and so everything is good. It's done, this should be it, as soon as we get the appraisal, back from Sloan, I think his name is Sloan Appraisal in Paducah, then we will have to pay him his estimated $1,500 to appraise that property.
Any questions?
60 years, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
30 with an option, isn't it, Misty?
I think so,
I believe that's right, 30, and then
that we won't have to
that
go through
would
this
be our
process again,
option
right, Judge?
to renew without having to go through this again.
And then all of the other ones, they said we could group into
Combine.
one big one at some point, but that's, hopefully that happens like in 10 or 20 years. I'm not here anymore. So, anyways, but, this should be the only one we're doing right now for a little while, and then, maybe it'll be the last one for a while.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks, Wendy. Thanks for your work on that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Any other old business?
Judge, one thing,
Yeah.
this reminded me, the reservoir over in Draftonville where we had the issues with Mr. Kyle Odell's over here, have you heard anything
Not a
anymore
word.
about that?
No. You know, we had that meeting
Right.
with the supervisors, and they were given some estimates that they had got, and then they were gonna look further into it. There was something about downstream, the properties downstream,
Right.
but either option, if I recall, Terry, was in the millions, right?
Right.
So, but I haven't heard another word. I don't know if they've got the waiver, or, I guess we could call Kyle if you'd like, to see where we are, because we hadn't heard anything, well, it's been months.
Yeah, you know, he had a copy of an ordinance from some other
Mm-hmm.
community.
Was it, I forget which
Yeah.
county it was.
Yeah, I've got that. I'll check with him.
Okay.
What about, I'm sorry, Judge, what about the nuisance issue? We had talked about bringing it up at this meeting, I believe. I think the sheriff was going to get with Ms. Jeannie. Did you guys have a chance to get together and?
Yeah, she's gotten me all the information. Perry was supposed to have emailed it to me. I didn't get it, but she gave it to me today where I can continue
Okay,
at this
so by the
point.
next meeting, you
Yeah.
think? Okay.
Mhm.
Is that all right?
Yeah, and I have another set that he's given me, but I don't know who they need to go to.
That Perry's given you? You want to turn those over to the sheriff? Is it a duplicate copy?
Yeah.
Maybe, Melanie, you want to keep that in your records? So by the January meeting, we could probably
Yeah.
have a,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I'll have letters and stuff sent out by
Okay,
then.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll have an update for you in our January meeting, Ms. Jeannie.
Okay.
Okay?
Any other old business? All right, let's move into new business. The Kentucky Department of Transportation does an annual bridge inspection of all bridges in each county. This is from Mike McGregor, our Chief District Engineer. Dear Judge Miller, enclosed are copies of county bridge inspection reports and a map of bridges inspected during the month of November 2013. Also included is a project and work candidates list for recommended repairs. The following is a list of all bridges with weight limits below 18 tons and the posting status. The only one we have that they consider to be substandard is the Old Calvert City Road. That's at 14 ton. It is posted. Commissioner Drew, that is in your district.
Right.
Would you like me to pursue getting some 80/20 money
It's
to
available.
replace this?
Russell and I went out, looked at it, what was it, last year we went out and,
Yeah, well, Russ and I
That was a
looked at it
different-
too. That was a different one,
is that a
right?
Yeah.
different one? That issue been resolved? Okay, so then, I mean, whatever you, if that's the only one that we've got, I hate to have that on our annual report.
That's the only one that they listed, and I believe we'll get pictures and send up to the commissioner and see if we can get put on the 80/20 list, which I think this would qualify.
Okay,
This was an old precast concrete, isn't it, Russell?
I think we're talking about two different bridges. This one here is one off of Sharp School Road down there at the old Calvert City Road right there. I think me and you're talking about the Calvert City Road. But it's a old concrete bridge too, and there's kind of,
I've got the project number. It just says Old Calvert City Road, but I'll have you look if you don't mind.
Is that the one, you're coming from Sharp, turn to the left?
mhm,
Okay.
I've got the map and the
right.
things that are downstairs, if you wanna look through those and get it.
We're beginning to have some problems right there on that bridge too. Right before you get to it, it's wanting to start caving in a little bit, showing, a little bit. I mean, it ain't nothing dangerous right this minute, but it's gonna keep on getting worse.
Okay. Well, we'll check that out, and if we determine, we'll call, or we'll be seeing the commissioner January,
January.
right? And take some pictures to him, see if we'll qualify. I think it will, but need to find out. Jonathan Creek Water Board, this one kind of slipped up on us. The term of Barry Hill expired 6/30/2013. I think Barry did indicate he would serve another term. Have you talked to him, Bob?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
I make a motion that we reappoint.
Second.
Motion and second to reappoint Barry Hill to the Jonathan Creek Water District Board. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Our holiday schedule for 2014, we pulled up the AOC schedule, which we normally go by, and then we add Tater Day, which is a national holiday. It just hasn't been recognized by the folks in Washington yet. Martin Luther King Day, January the 20th. Tater Day, Monday, April the 7th. Good Friday, which is a half day, April the 18th. Memorial Day, May the 26th. Independence Day, Friday, July 4th. Labor Day, Monday, September 1st. Veterans Day, Tuesday, November the 11th. Thanksgiving, Thursday and Friday, November 27 and 28. Christmas, Thursday and Friday, December 25th and 26th. And New Year's, Thursday, January 1st, and Friday, January the 2nd, 2015. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve that schedule, Judge.
I
Second.
have a motion to approve All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. I think most of you have noticed that Marshall County is one of the only counties that are having school today. And I think that's a testament to the work of our road department over the weekend. It's been some very trying times. We did have an accident, and not a bad accident, but warped one of our snow plows, and we need to go ahead and get that ordered. Hit a bridge abutment, it just caught, and we're gonna need some more salt. Russell, you wanna give them an update on what you found out?
I'd say we probably used about 1,000 tons during this thing, and we've got 750 tons contracted, and it'll probably take 1,500 to fill the barn back up.
I'm gonna suggest if we can get it, go ahead and get the 1,500 tons to have a barn
What's it
full.
about, another, I thought, just guessing about 40 or 45,000.
It's $51 a ton is what it
51 be a
is.
little less then. I thought it was almost 60.
But do we need to go ahead and allow a little bit more? If I can get them, to give us another contract in case we, we have more?
This is early.
I mean, 1,500,
I don't think we're done.
I don't either. No, I don't think we're near done.
What's in our line item for it, Emily?
35,000, I think, is what's on the,
So that'll probably get you about the 700, to get you another 700 tons.
but, 1,500 will just fill the barn back up. It holds about 2,000 tons.
What would you like to have? How much are you thinking?
You're obligated, I think, to get 80% of whatever you contract. So, that's something, it's kinda hard to do, because, the last 2 years, we didn't really use none at all.
Yeah,
And,
Well, my suggestion is we go ahead and fill the barn.
yes. agree.
We're just in early December, and I already had a major event. And this cold snap, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but,
if we contract total 2,000 tons and get 1,500 of it, we shouldn't like a whole lot, having our obligation,
We've already got 750 though under contract right now.
right.
right,
So we'll get another 750 to fill the barn. And what do we do from there? Can you just buy it on the spot?
No,
No.
I tried that last year and they didn't have none.
Yeah, I understand.
no, I think, we would impose upon the generosity of Westlake Monomers for getting us a load of salt in on a barge, which they've done before.
That's happened before, now we have to understand that doesn't have the surfactant on it that they like, and it clumps and it's harder to spread, but
I
it does
understand.
work.
But I just wanted to say Westlake has been very generous times before when we needed it to get us a barge load in. Well, let's take this one at a time. Do I hear a motion to go ahead and replace that snowplow? And I think we need to think about in the next budget that we start replacing these plows. We're getting a lot of hours on them. And, over a period of time that
So
we're.
you're having a lot of weld repairs, I understand.
I've talked to Emily and what'd you say we had left in this one?
60.
Would it be all right to go ahead and get maybe, counting the one that we've
Got to have.
totaled out, go ahead and maybe get at least one more on this budget
What do they run?
without the hydraulic pump, which we shouldn't have to have? Just, probably a little under 5,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that ought to get two then, I think, because you said you're having a lot of weld repairs on all of
Yeah.
them, really.
Right. And that way that they all won't be coming
Due at the same
at the
time.
same time.
Yeah, that sounds okay. That'd be $10,000 for.
Well, we're gonna turn this one in on insurance, I
Insurance.
think.
You need a
It's a
motion on that, Judge?
$1,000 deductible.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You need a motion on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Bob, you want
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we get to 2 plows, whatever we need to get 2 plows, one from the insurance standpoint and then another one.
and then build a salt barn back
And then fill the salt, well, you don't do the salt barn together?
Well, let's do that in 2 separate
Okay.
motions,
Okay,
that
we'll
way we're
get the
clear.
snow plows and.
Snow plows first.
Yep,
So I got a motion from Commissioner Gold for, buy 2 snow plows.
yes, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion on that motion?
None.
All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Now, the salt,
Need a motion to go ahead and add 750 tons to a contract in order to fill the barn. That would
Right.
give us a total of 1,500 tons. Okay?
all right, you heard the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none. What?
I can't remember exactly what the budget is, I don't have it with me, but I'm thinking I thought it was 45, somewhere in there, but.
I was thinking it's 35, but I don't know for sure.
You think we're
It'll
good
be-
though?
Well, anyway, we have to make a budget adjustment. We
Yeah,
will.
We'll just have
Yeah.
Go
to,
with it.
Yeah.
for now.
All right, you heard a motion and second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Again, Russell, I know the men worked, Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah, Friday night.
Friday night, late, and then Saturday and Sunday. Put a lot of time in, and, but they did a tremendous job, and, appreciate, the efforts, you know, maybe, you never know. We could have had school yesterday, but, some of our back roads were still a little bit, rough, and
Well, there's a bunch of school kids that ain't too appreciative of it.
Hey, Judge, on that note, several people contacted me over the weekend about what a great job they did, and I didn't know what else to do, but I just asked people if they wanted to do a potluck lunch for the guys on Friday. So if you all want to come out on Friday, I think people are just going to bring them some chili and desserts and stuff like that, just to let them know that they appreciated the work that they did over the weekend. And I think 11:30 at the road department on Friday, they're going to go out and do that for them.
now you know what that means.
I don't
Mr.
know.
Drew.
What does that mean?
It means they'll want to take off the rest of the afternoon. We're gonna feed them, which is fine with me, because they
They did do an
did
awesome
a
job.
great
yeah.
job, and, we do appreciate it. Pass that on to the men, Russell, because that's one thing we don't have to worry about with our crew, when we have weather like this. They don't hesitate to come in, middle of the night, 2 in the morning.
I was in some other counties over the weekend, and it was totally different
It was.
situation, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
It was.
All right. Let's go to our animal shelter report. Animals in the pen as of October 31 was 61. Animals brought in by wardens, 17. Animals brought in by citizens, 50. Total animals taken in, 67. 30 dogs, 9 cats, 22 puppies, and 6 kittens. Excuse me, we have adopted out 64. We have 7 in foster care, 7 were reclaimed, and 4 euthanized. We have in the pen as of November 30th, 60 animals, and our adoption fees were $1,430. Still a lot of animals, but maybe we're making a little bit of progress. Our adoptions, 64 adoptions, I think is tremendous.
Good.
And, I know foster care, that's helped a lot as well. I know Melanie took one. Kip had a mother and 3 puppies that didn't know if they were gonna make it. They all made it. And these are animals that are gonna be very easily adoptable, I believe. And Melanie's has already been adopted. She's just keeping it till what, Thursday?
Right, the lady that adopted him is, out of town, gonna be back Thursday.
Okay.
Pretty hard to let him go.
So you're gonna be attacked.
He's
Yeah. John's a good dog.
He is, he's sweet.
Emily's got fosters.
Good
You've got
dog.
fosters.
Emily, you've had some too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the treasurer's report. Emily?
As of November 30th, 2013, the general fund had a book balance of $1,274,642.05. Road fund, $465,993.79. The jail fund, $47,873.90. The grant fund, $65,2687. 911, $168,999.14. The occupational tax administrator fund, $1,848,472.65, and the Veterans Band Fund for $2,659.69 for a reporting total of $3,815,168.09.
Any questions on treasurer's report? Entertain a motion to approve, subject to audit.
Motion approved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Accounts receivable,
As of yesterday, the sheriff owed us only $92,402.44.
pay us. The sheriff, again, we're always gonna have a balance, you know, till Kevin gets all of his taxes done and all that, then we settle up, and then we start again. Because that's the only way we can run the sheriff's department, is by fronting money. It's been that way for 40 years since I've been here, so it's nothing to get alarmed about. It'll grow up to about, what, 500,000, Kev? Before we start
Yeah.
bringing it down when taxes come in.
Yeah, this is a very low amount for this time of year.
Yeah. I understand tax collection has slowed down, Kev, is that right?
A little bit,
So,
a little bit. Of course, it'll pick up again toward the end of this month, because that's when the face value stops and the penalty
Right.
picks up.
Penalties start
Yeah,
going
it'll-
on.
It'll pick up toward the end of the month again.
okay. All right. Motion to approve the payroll accounts receivable.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Intra-fund transfer request, Emily?
I need to move 100,000 from occupational tax administrator to the jail fund, possibly. Since we're only having one court meeting this month, I wanted to go ahead and get your approval if I needed to do this. If I get money from the state, I don't need to do this, but I just wanted to get approval just in case.
We hope we'll get our check in from the state, but being it's the end of the year, sometimes they go over, and we have to stick this in and get it back.
Motion approved, transfer, Judge.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Pay the 10th. You've had an opportunity to review the bills.
Motion to pay the bills, Judge.
Have a motion to pay the bills, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. We will be having a reception here Thursday from 1:30 to 3:30 for Melissa. Melissa, of course, will be leaving our employ the 1st of January. She did say that if need be to train, she will stay. I'm trying to meet with her and the mayors. I know y'all have all got copies, and if you've got any suggestions, get them to me, if something just jumped out at you. Okay, but, the reception will be here in the courtroom. Hope you'll all get a chance to come by and wish Melissa well. She'll be living in the great state of Alabama. What's great about it, I'm not sure, except their football team, but. All right, any other business come before the court?
Any timeline on replacement, when y'all are gonna announce that?
Well, I wanna try to get interviews, first part of next week if I can. It's just depending on when I can get the mayors together,
Yeah.
Kev. They've all had copies of, same thing I give everybody else, and I'm looking through them. So,
Hopefully by
Soon
the
as-
end of the year.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Any other business?
Don't forget about Dickens. Dickens is Saturday night. We've got Dickens parade and Dickens basketball Saturday night. So, then Main Street's been working since September on this event, so it'll be a big event. And then Calvert Parade is Friday night and Benton's is Saturday night. 5:15.
All right.
There's also a small program out at the park this weekend, Saturday, is Race Across America at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Is that 10? I had it down at 10:30, so it's 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. What's the weather gonna be?
Sunny and setting.
Maybe a little rain, possible.
I wish,
Yeah.
I wish. Any other business?
Motion adjourned, Judge.
About a record, Terry.
I believe it is.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Meeting adjourned.